if you had a warrant and got rolled on, how would you respond?
Honestly, knowing what's going on right now, I'd be nervous as hell what's going on.
What would be so let's just say let's put y'all in a situation where it wasn't your fault, okay?
Yep.
The cops, you weren't involved in the conflict, and we'll go along the narrative that you had a warrant. Who cares what the warrant was for?
Whatever.
Okay, you already know you got an active warrant,
Right.
okay? Cops show up, what's your response?
I'm out of there.
Listen, but with everything going on, if I'm already out of the car, if I'm out in front of my car as it looked like he was, and the police are already out and aggressive as they can be, I'm probably just gonna stand there, bro. I'm gonna stand there and tell them what I did, whatever was going on, and let them make their decision in front of everybody. Somebody get this on camera. I'm not finna go to my car because I know how that works out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not disparaging with anything that man did. This is completely separate. But I'm personally not going to my car with the police telling me for nothing, my nigga. Like, I'm not doing none of that. I don't want to get caught by the police in my car. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I got a warrant, and this is, back in the day, if I had a warrant and I seen the law look like he was getting too close, I'm gonna park and hop out of my shit and go in the store, wherever I got to do, because I don't want them catching me in my car. Like, I just got an eerie thing about police and black men in their vehicles. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have probably just stood there and told them what was good.
I'm trying to see what's going on. If they haven't given me the shakedown yet, then I'm trying to maneuver away from them so I can get away. So I'm peeping the scene, seeing what's going on. If they actually talking to me, hell, I ain't got no choice but to tell them what's going on. Shit. Give them everything they want. Tell them I didn't have nothing to do with it. Trying to break up a fight. My kids over there.
That's what I'm saying. The kids make it. It's a different scenario. Like, I'm not finna be hostile with the police, and I'm not saying this is him, but I'm not finna be hostile at all with the police.
No, my
and my
kids
kids
is
is
right
in the car. Like, they
that's
killed
the last
Fernando
thing I'm
Castro
trying
in
to
front of his woman and his kids in the car with him.
Didn't give a damn.
You see what I'm saying?
And
like,
he had a license to carry.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not finna lead these police to my car so they can shoot me and my kids in this bitch, or my kids can see me get shot in the car. I'd rather do it with me in front of the car somewhere. Give me at an adverse angle or something. I don't know, but I'm not finna get in the car with my kids there. I'm just not gonna do it. So.
Okay, so the warrant situation, right? So as soon as they ask for that ID, because they love checking for ID, even when ain't nothing going on.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
So they always want to identify us. You could be. I've seen videos of you know what I'm saying, cats on the lawn at their own house. Cop roll up, ask for ID in front of your house. So what you doing once they ask for that ID?
I'm giving it to him.
Got to give it to him.
Okay, so you know you got an active warrant though.
Shit ain't nothing.
So now you going to jail.
It's either that or go sit this motherfucker out, or take a chance, get my ass whooped, to get killed.
Or the alternative, as soon as I know 12 is coming,
I'm leaving.
I'm out.
That's the first.
I don't even. As soon as I know somebody has called the police,
it's time to go. I'm
out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Was there other black individuals involved in this scuffle that he was trying to break up? Or
that's what we don't know. Like, whether he was involved in it. You know, it could have been some baby mama drama. We don't know what was going on.
African Americans anywhere are going to draw the police. So you got about 10 to 15 minutes of that activity in certain areas before you need to get the fuck out of there. It's just common knowledge. Like, if it's a nigga turning up anywhere, they are going to find us.
Yeah.
So I already in my eternal clock, I can be somewhere and see somebody else arguing and be like, I'm about to get out of here because I know how this is gonna go. Like, and I don't want to answer no questions or become a part of the investigation. Like, I'm getting out of here. So it's just I hate that happened to that man. I don't think it was anything he probably could have done to change his fate. Like, that, whatever it was they had or whatever was on their mind is probably what was gonna happen.
I disagree though, because all of us gave very logical alternatives to what he did, Broham. Now, I'm not excusing, obviously, getting shot in the back is a coward ass thing for the officer to do.
7 times.
Right. 7 times in front of somebody's children. That there's nothing that can excuse that. However, you already know they're gunning for us.
Yep.
Okay? If you already know, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you already know, and we know this from as little kids growing up already as it is, like, the police have an adverse relationship across the country from coast to coast, from north to south, with black people. So me, my nigga, if I already feel like the officers involved, first of all, I'm trying to get up out of there before any law even comes. Okay?
Right or wrong.
But once they arrive, I'm not trying to do anything
extra
that gives them an excuse.
to escalate
to pull out and pop on me.
I understand that. I do. Yeah. My only thing is, in his brain, knowing if he does have a warrant, I don't know anything. If he did have an active warrant, if he knows that if his kids are there, then he's acting because of that. Like, that's where his emotions is at. I feel like that would be my mind. That's the only reason I can justify him trying to get to his car. I know in my heart of hearts that man could not have been trying to go get a knife to stab 6 police officers. That just doesn't seem. Now that part was that's BS. But what I'm saying is, in his head, if you look at the cases of things that have happened, it don't really matter if you comply or not. Right. So in his mind, he could be feeling like I'm finna die either way. If a man shoots you in your back 7 times, there is no conversation he could have had. There's nothing that man could have done to make you shoot him 7 times. Like I said, your finger doesn't squeeze 7 times like that for nothing. Like, a gun ain't an easy thing to pull 7 times that way. It doesn't work that way. So there's something in your heart that's making you shoot this man, and that's my logic. Like, maybe there was nothing else he could have done to avoid this from this individual, this officer who did this. It's the same thing with George Floyd. None of them officers were. None of them were in fear of their lives. But they still killed this man for the sake of him being black. He got paralyzed. So I think that part has to play a part.
They are afraid. They're afraid of little Elijah McClain, 5'5", $140 soaking wet. Okay, so they are afraid. Now, is the fear legitimate? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, obviously, but we have a lot to learn, man, as a people interacting with these individuals. Right. Until we can figure out a way to police our own communities, like we talked about in previous episodes, okay? Until we can figure out a way to resolve conflict, to keep them out of our neighborhoods. Right. We have to be able to resolve conflict. Like you said, like, we didn't call the police. Okay, so we don't know who called the laws, but as black men, we also have to be more self-controlled so we can keep ourselves out of situations that involve police officers. Because we know that it's the probability of it turning south is very, very high.
That's the part I don't understand when I see these videos of these men being very contentious or argumentative with officers. Knowing the situation, I understand something may be happening that's unjust, but like, I'm not doing anything to provoke the situation. I'd rather say nothing. You want my license and registration? Cool.
Here you go.
I'm gonna sit here until you determine what you got me here for. Like, I'm not finna give you a reason to get upset, sir. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I know what you're doing is bullshit. I know I'm being pulled over for some bullshit, especially at this point in my life where I'm doing nothing illegal. So I'm not going to give you a reason to escalate the situation at all. So, that's one of the things that I don't understand when I see it. Like, why are we provoking the police officers for whatever reason? I know it comes from a deeper emotion, but at the same time, we do have to be mindful of where we are as a nation. So,